Space, the final frontier. Vast, mysterious, unclaimed. It's not just where we're headed, it's the ultimate prize. Because the one who conquers space might one day conquer everything. Power, influence, survival, it's all up there. And in 2025, the race to claim it is more intense than ever. Billionaires are building rockets, governments are placing bets. And humanity? We're watching from below, wondering who will lead us into the stars. This is more than a race, it's the future of civilization. And four giants are fighting for it. NASA, SpaceX, Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic. Who's winning, who's stalling, who's bluffing? Let's find out. Let's start with NASA, the OG of space exploration. Founded in 1958, NASA is responsible for some of humanity's greatest milestones. The Apollo moon landings, the Space Shuttle program, Mars rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance, and iconic observatories like Hubble and the James Webb Telescope. For decades, NASA was the only name in the game. But times have changed. Today, NASA is not just about launching rockets. It's more of a mission architect, setting bold goals while letting private players handle the hardware. Instead of building everything in-house, NASA now collaborates with SpaceX and Blue Origin to get the job done faster and cheaper. Their biggest project? The Artemis program. After half a century, NASA is heading back to the moon, not just to plant a flag, but to build a sustainable human presence. Artemis V was a successful uncrewed test, and Artemis II will send astronauts around the moon. By 2026 or 2027, Artemis III aims to land the first woman and the first person of color on the lunar surface. Meanwhile, the James Webb Telescope is peering into the farthest corners of the universe, changing what we know about stars, galaxies, and even the Big Bang. NASA's pace might seem slow, but its depth, vision, and legacy are unmatched. If NASA is the wise veteran, SpaceX is the wild genius child who refuses to play by the rules. Founded by Elon Musk in 2002, SpaceX set out with one goal: to make humans a multi-planetary species. While everyone else was focusing on low Earth orbit, SpaceX had its eyes on Mars. In just 2 decades, they've completely changed the space game. Falcon 9 rockets now launch almost weekly and land themselves on drone ships like scenes from a sci-fi movie. They've slashed the cost of space travel and made rocket reusability the new standard. Then there's Starlink, a massive constellation of satellites providing internet access across the globe, from cities to remote villages. But the crown jewel is Starship, a giant stainless steel rocket designed for deep space missions, including NASA's moon landings and Musk's own dream of colonizing Mars. Starship has exploded multiple times during testing, spectacularly, and yet SpaceX pushes forward with brutal speed. Their mindset? Blow it up, learn fast, build better. SpaceX has made space exciting again. They're bold, experimental, and willing to take risks that NASA can't afford. And in 2025, all eyes are on them to see if they'll actually pull off a crewed Starship flight. Now let's talk about Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' quieter but equally ambitious space company. Founded in 2000, Blue Origin moves at a slower pace than SpaceX, but with a long-term vision that's just as grand. Their motto, Gradatim Ferociter, Latin for step by step, ferociously. Their suborbital rocket, New Shepard, has already flown tourists to the edge of space, including William Shatner. Yes, Captain Kirk himself, but their big move is New Glenn, a powerful orbital-class rocket to compete directly with SpaceX's Falcon Heavy and will open new doors for satellite deployment and deep space missions. One of Blue Origin's biggest roles is the Blue Moon Lander, a cargo and crew module designed to help NASA return to the lunar surface. And then there's Orbital Reef, a futuristic commercial space station Blue Origin is co-developing, meant to serve as a space hotel, lab, and business hub all in one. Jeff Bezos isn't just building rockets. He's planning for long-term space living. His vision is clear, a future where millions of people live and work in space. He's pouring billions into it, quietly but steadily. Blue Origin may not be as flashy as SpaceX, but its goals are just as cosmic. And then there's Virgin Galactic, Richard Branson's sky-high adventure company. Unlike the other players who aim for the moon or Mars, Virgin Galactic focuses on making space accessible to the public, well, to the rich public at least. Their spaceplane doesn't go into orbit, but it does cross the edge of space, giving passengers a few minutes of weightlessness and an unforgettable view of Earth. Tickets cost around $450,000. The experience? Launch in a mothership, detach mid-air, ignite the rocket engine, float at the edge of space and glide back to Earth. It's part roller coaster, part science fiction, part Instagram dream. 2023 saw a handful of successful flights and new Delta-class spaceplanes are on the way. Virgin Galactic aims to start flying more frequently in 2024 and beyond. But the big question is, can this become a real business? Or is it just a billionaire's side quest? Virgin Galactic isn't trying to conquer Mars. It's trying to open the door for those who can afford it. It's the luxury cruise of the space world, and its future depends on whether space tourism becomes a trend or a flop. Now that we've met the players, it's time to compare them head to head, because while they're all reaching for the stars, their goals, methods, and impacts are wildly different. SpaceX is clearly leading in terms of launches, innovation speed, and cost-cutting. With Starship, it's aiming not just for the moon, but for Mars colonization. NASA, on the other hand, remains the backbone of scientific discovery and international collaboration. It's slower but steady, with deep expertise and massive projects like Artemis and the James Webb Telescope. Blue Origin is the dark horse, less visible but quietly building powerful infrastructure, from the New Glenn rocket to its space station dreams. Then there's Virgin Galactic, which is in a lane of its own, targeting the elite tourist market, not deep space. It's the most accessible form of space travel today, but also the most limited in scope. When it comes to innovation, SpaceX wins. In investment and infrastructure, Blue Origin is gaining ground. For scientific legacy, NASA stands tall. And for experience and glamour, Virgin Galactic leads the space tourism frontier. Together, they represent four visions of the future, and only time will tell which one reshapes humanity's place in the cosmos. The race to space is no longer science fiction. It's the future unfolding in real time. Whether it's colonizing Mars, building lunar bases, or taking tourists to the edge of space, these four giants are rewriting history. One thing is certain: the next great chapter of humanity will be written among the stars.